The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Aliana Chen stepped to the podium. Her dark eyes swept across the assembled representatives beings of Chitin Plaza, and crystalline consciousness soul of whom had spent the last 3 cycles, mocking humanity's soft approach to the Krell invasion. The Council questions why humanity has not retaliated, Aliana said, her voice steady. You mistake our patience for weakness. That ends today. Council Chairman Vexter, a towering arachnoid, clicked his mandibles in what passed for laughter among his kind. Your species has lost 17 colonies, millions dead, and still you send diplomats instead of warships. The Krell will devour you whole. Aliana's lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. We've been studying them. Captain James Wright stood on the bridge of the UHSF Prometheus, humanity's first dreadnought to incorporate technology reverse-engineered from every species in the Council. Around him, holographic displays showed the Krell Armada 300 warships arranged in their traditional sphere formation, an impenetrable wall of firepower that had crushed every force the galaxy had thrown at them for 2 centuries. All ships report ready, Captain, his XO announced. James watched the tactical display with the calm of a chess master seeing checkmate 10 moves ahead. Humans had lost those 17 colonies, yes, but while the Council species had thrown their warriors against the Krell in glorious futile charges, humanity had done what it did best. They learned. Weapons hot, James ordered. Remember, we only get 1 shot at this. 3 months earlier, Aliana had sat across from James in a classified facility beneath Luna's surface. Between them lay a holographic Krell warrior, its 4 arms bristling with bioorganic weapons, its chitinous armor impervious to conventional weapons. Every species fights them the same way, James had said, rotating the image. Head-on, honorable, predictable. The Krell have evolved for war, Aliana replied. Their entire biology is a weapon. The Thaxians tried biological warfare, the Krell adapted in days. The Zorithians used gravitational weapons, the Krell's ships compensated within hours. James nodded. Because everyone tries to out-evolve them, but evolution takes time. We're not going to out-evolve them. He zoomed into the warrior's neural structure. We're going to outthink them. That's when Aliana understood. The Krell were perfect killers, honed by millions of years of evolution. But that perfection was also a prison. They couldn't think beyond their nature. Humans could. The Krell Queen Mind's thought stream rippled with satisfaction as human ships emerged from FTL finally. The soft skins would provide entertainment before their inevitable consumption. The sphere formation tightened, weapons charging with bioelectric fury. Then the human ships did something unexpected. They split apart, not fleeing, dividing into 30 smaller groups, each taking vectors that made no tactical sense. The formation was chaos, vulnerable, irrational. The Queen Mind hesitated for precisely 2.3 seconds on eternity in combat, trying to understand the pattern. There was none. That was the point. The Krell think in swarms, James had explained during the briefing. 1 mind, 1 billion bodies, perfect coordination. But that coordination requires predictability. They can't adapt to true randomness because their entire consciousness is built on pattern recognition. Aliana had watched as humanity's best game theorists, chaos mathematicians, and even professional poker players had contributed to the assault plan. Not a strategy, an anti-controlled chaos that would appear as noise to the Krell's pattern-seeking intelligence. The Prometheus dove under the Krell sphere as other ships spiraled above, behind, through. When the Krell tried to reform, they found targets where there should be none. When they fired, humans weren't where logic said they should be. James watched his boards light up with Krell confusion. Phase 2, light them up. Across the fleet, a new weapon deployed. Not kinetic, not energy, not biological. Information. Thousands of drones flooded the battlefield, each broadcasting contradictory sensor data, false targeting solutions, phantom ships. The Krell Queen Mind, trying to track and predict hundreds of variables simultaneously, began to fracture under the cognitive load. For a hive mind that had never known deception, the concept of lies was incomprehensible. They're scrambling, the XO reported. Sphere formation is breaking down. Now, James said quietly, we show them what patient humans have been building. The Prometheus and her sister ships unveiled their primary weapons, not copied from Council technology, but uniquely human. Railguns that had been refined through centuries of warfare, nuclear-pumped lasers, kinetic missiles with AI guidance systems that could learn and adapt in microseconds. While the Krell had evolved over millions of years, humans had compressed their evolution into decades of furious innovation. Not biological evolution, technological evolution. and it moved at the speed of thought. In the council chamber, the holographic display showed the Krell armada in full retreat, the first retreat in their species' recorded history. Around Aliana, the alien representatives sat in stunned silence. You wanted to know why we waited, Aliana said. The Krell are perfect warriors. You can't beat a perfect warrior by being a better warrior. She gestured to the display. You beat them by changing the game entirely. Vexter leaned forward. Your losses were calculated, Aliana interrupted. Every colony lost gave us data, battle patterns, response times, biological samples. We needed to understand them completely before we struck. She met the chairman's multiple eyes. Other species are warriors. Humans are hunters, and hunters know that patience is the deadliest weapon of all. On the display, the Prometheus pursued the fleeing Krell like a wolf pack running down prey, not with honor or glory, but with cold, methodical efficiency. James watched the tactical display and remembered something his grandfather had told him. We didn't climb to the top of Earth's food chain by being the strongest or the fastest. We did it by being smart, enough to outlast everything that tried to kill us. The Krell had learned what the rest of the galaxy was beginning to understand. Humanity didn't make war. Like other species, they made extinction events. End.